Hello, gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about man coverage and if it's too good right now. Now, this is more of a discussion slash opinion based video, but I will show you at the end how to ideally play coverage in Madden 24, which is more of a tip. So you can stick around for that if you want. But we'll be talking about man coverage and how it kind of compares to last year, because this is always a very important topic to start the year. Because if man coverage is too overpowered, it feels suffocating. It doesn't really feel fun because it feels like people aren't really doing anything to take your offense away. Like they're just playing man coverage and your receivers aren't separating, and that's that. Like there's no chess match like there is versus zone coverage sometimes or combo coverage. And that's what I want to talk about today. Before I get into the breakdown though, make sure to join our Discord server. The link is in the description of this video as well as the comment section. Completely free to join if you guys want to get better at Madden. That's the place to be. I can help you out. Other people can help you out. You have people to play. All that kind of good stuff. It's a good server to be in. So make sure to join that. Again, comment section and description. So what I'm going to do is get into some of the different types of man coverage. For those of you who are watching this and maybe your way of playing defense is man coverage, I'm sure many of you think that there's tons of skill gap to what you're doing and that there's different ways to play man, and that is the skill gap. And to an extent, you're right, but you're also wrong in the fact that you're really just calling man and hoping your guys stick to the receiver. Like, that's what you're doing, and there's no way around that. Yes, you can make adjustments out of man and play combo coverage, but at the end of the day, that is what you're doing. And what I'm going to do is talk about cover 2 man because that was the best way of playing man coverage last year. So we'll go ahead and come out of dollar cover 2 man linebacker blitz, and I'll come out in Y trail because this has a lot of man beating routes on it. So the reason that cover 2 man is the best way, or was the best way of playing man coverage in Madden 23, is because shaded down man would bag like everything. Like it would bag pretty much every route in the game to an extent. Yes, there were certain routes that did beat it, but shaded down man was very, very strong. And cover 2 man by default is a shade down, shade inside defense. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to block my running back, and we're going to watch how this cover 2 man plays. Now, we aren't pressed on the bunch side, so keep that in mind. We'll talk about press in a second. But really, all I'm going to do is I'm going to call this play over and over again, and we're going to get a look at how man coverage is playing. So let's go ahead and go to instant replay. And what you're going to see is something random is going to get open every single play. And that's kind of the basis of this video, is that no matter what you're doing on man coverage, if you have the same shading, the same alignment, your coverage is going to be inconsistent. So like right here, post gets completely bagged. And don't get me wrong, this is somewhat realistic. Like in real football, you don't know if your receiver is going to win before the snap. You have to wait and see on his break if he's going to, or if you have a really good receiver on your team, just kind of trust that he's going to get open. And that's realistic in that sense. But in Madden, a competitive game, you ideally don't want inconsistencies competitively. You want to know what beats man coverage. So I'm going to keep calling this play and showing you against the same alignment and same shading how man coverage is super inconsistent in regards to whatever route is going to get open. So let's go ahead and take a look. You're going to see that right here, now the post is open. Like, yes, the deep half safety is there, but the previous rep, this guy was completely bagged. Like, this route wasn't open at all, but right here, gains a lot of separation. If the deep half safety wasn't there, then this would have been an easy touchdown. Very easy. So if you're just playing a straight man coverage and you decided to shade down and shade inside, which, you know, not the best idea if you're playing a cover 0, but that's just worth mentioning. So like, go ahead, look at it again, see if the drag can get open. So like right here, drag is open. The drag had not been open any of the previous reps. Like, he had been completely bagged by Jalen Ramsey every single time. But as you can see on this rep, he gets open, and that's really, you know, yes, he got bumped kind of by that slot receiver running the corner route, but it was the same route combination all 3 times. And now the post is wide open. And what you're going to see if I keep calling this play, you're going to see that the angle route can get open too sometimes. So like right here, he doesn't. The post was kind of bagged there. Corner route's going to be open a lot too, but that's just kind of my point of this video. It's just to show you that if you're not going to make adjustments out of your man coverage, you don't know what you're going to get. So like right here, I'm going to press. So now this is a little bit different. We have Jalen Ramsey pressed on the drag. And what you're going to see is, you know, he covers him a little bit better, but now this trail route's open. This trail route had not been open at all versus the off coverage. Instant replay. And everything else was bagged. So if I do the same exact thing, we press, and you're going to see something random will get open most of the time. So let's go ahead and look. So right here, it ended up being the trail again, but I'm going to do it one more time just to show you that it just is so random. Here we go. I didn't press, my bad. Right here, you see the corner route's going to get open. Deep half safety helps on him. And that is kind of getting into my last point, where I think that if you're going to use man coverage this year, you have to play a combo coverage, which cover 2 man is. So right here, we get separation on the post. It's completely random. Now, let's go ahead and get into the final part of this video where we actually talk about how to improve your man coverage. So now what I'm going to do is show you how to improve your man coverage to take away a play like wide trail. So we'll go ahead and come out and cover 2 man again. But before I do that, I'm going to go to my coaching adjustments. And then we're going to go to curl flats and put them on 30 or 25. Both are going to be fine against this corner route. I'll just leave them on 25 for now. But we'll do cover 2 man. And then we'll come out in the same play, which is wide trail. And if somebody was running this on me, I would be thinking to myself, okay, what is my defense shaded? So I'm going to press my defense. Remember, by default, a cover 2 man is a shade down, shade inside. So you don't have to do those adjustments. It's that by default. And what that means is we hopefully take away all of the underneath short routes, drags, slants, those kind of things. Hopefully they're taken away. Like we talked about earlier in the video, man coverage is inconsistent. Sometimes drags will win, sometimes they won't. Same with slants. Sometimes they keep running, sometimes they don't. But then you have this safety here to play with. Like you can put them on a curl flat, a 30-yard curl flat, and now you're shaded inside, but then you have this outside bracket against, you know, like corner routes and stuff that you're maybe conceding because you're shading inside. And then with this post over here, this deep half isn't really doing you too many favors. You can just put them on a middle third. Now this does mean we're conceding the sideline on that ISO side. So if they get a super win off a streak or something, you might give up a touchdown. But that's something we can adjust to later. Maybe we can just keep him on his deep half. But for now, let's go ahead and call the play. And now you're going to see the only thing that's really open is kind of this trail. But you can run with the trail with your user. You're going to see this guy that blitzes down is my user. I can't use 2 controllers. But I'll just stay shallow. Like right there, you might be thinking you can throw that post on the ISO. And generally speaking, I would say that's not a good idea. Let's go ahead and take a look. Just set it up like this. And then here we go. Post does not gain separation. Nothing is open. The trail got some separation. But again, you can just take that away with your user. So overall, this is kind of what you want to be thinking with your man coverage. If you want to play a max coverage man defense, you really got to play with your safeties. In some cases, your outside linebackers. But overall, you have to know what your shading is. And then you have to help your shading. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to talk about today. I feel like man coverage is always a very important topic. And it's always good to know where it is in the meta. Like if it's too good or if it's dog shit. Right now, I think it's kind of in a good middle place where it's a good tool. However, running straight man coverage isn't super oppressive. Like you can't just do it all game versus a good player and expect to get away with it. I don't think it's at that spot right now. But let me know in the comment section if you guys think it is. Like if you're having a really hard time against man coverage. Or also let me know in the comment section if you guys are completely dotting up man coverage. Because I'm really curious what experience you guys are having with the game right now. Right now, for me, man coverage isn't super oppressive. Yeah, some of these cover zero blitzes can be tough to beat sometimes, but it's not the actual coverage, it's more so the blitz. But yeah, that's it for the tip. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Madden 24 content. And then if you need additional help, head over to acemadden.com, become a member, and use code ACE for 15% off on any of the memberships. See you guys later.